You will rent forever and be happy. The great housing manipulation. What if you were forced to give up your home not because of criminals or your government, but because of real estate market manipulation? Home ownership is a human right and part of the American dream, but it's being shattered by the greed of corporations that control real estate prices and drive up rent. Donald Trump claims to be a real estate mogul, but he's a small fish compared to others. Companies use wealth and power to become the world's largest real estate owners. Many forces appear to be working to keep the housing crisis going. Hey viewers, welcome back to Finance Insights. Today we'll discuss an amazing topic. To understand what's going on, we must examine how a few companies may be manipulating the housing market both globally and in the United States. So before moving forward, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that bell icon too. So let us begin with Zillow, one of the most powerful players in American real estate. Zillow is the largest U.S. real estate marketplace and has the most property information. Its database has 135 million entries, meaning about 96% of all U.S. real estate. You probably go there while you're buying or selling a home. This gives the company an insane amount of data. They know which zip codes and property types are trending, and they know what people will pay for houses in every region. Zillow has so much data that it can beat almost any buyer to get the property it wants. Zillow doesn't just list properties for sale, it also buys and sells them for profit. Because they have so much data, they know which properties to buy for the most profit. Zillow has access to a lot of money through its own cash reserves, as well as billions in low-interest loans from investment banks like Goldman Sachs. This allows it to overbid on the homes it really wants, or make desirable cash-only offers to acquire certain homes. As cash sales are more likely to be accepted by a seller, Zillow often wins out over individual buyers, even if they're offering the same price. It's not hard to imagine sites like Zillow using their power for self-serving reasons and manipulating the housing market. And this is where things could get very dirty, because many people believe that sites like Zillow are doing exactly that. Millions of people use Zillow's own price calculator to determine the value of a home in a specific zip code. A higher estimate could also increase the value of the first 10 homes Zillow purchased at a lower price point, implying that Zillow could immediately flip those homes for a large profit. Using this method, they could theoretically make hundreds of millions of dollars per year by artificially manipulating the value of the real estate in as many areas of the country as they want. To summarize, Zillow has the marketplace, the data, and the cash to effectively control the entire real estate market. But this is all speculative, right? There's no way Zillow could use its power to conduct this type of manipulation, right? The publication's input told the story of a Florida resident who sold his house to Zillow in a 2021 report. Prior to the sale, the Z estimate in his area fell significantly to a lower price than before. So believing that house prices in his area were falling, he accepted an offer from Zillow, which gave him slightly more than this estimate, making him believe he was getting a good deal. However, once sold, this Z estimate almost immediately increased, raising the price of his house by 14%. And within days, Zillow had sold the home to a new buyer, netting them a healthy profit, prompting many to accuse the site of price manipulation in order to defraud real buyers and sellers. Other real estate platforms such as Redfin and Opendoor have been accused of similar manipulation, but all three have since denied any wrongdoing. So is Zillow abusing its position in the real estate market? We'll let you be the judge of that. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and I'd also like to hear if you have any similar stories about what's going on in your own real estate market where you live. But here's the thing, it's not just Zillow that appears to want to control everything in the real estate market. Other culprits have been accused of doing the same. Wall Street investors are already the largest landlords in the United States, with Blackstone owning more real estate than any other investment firm. Through its investments, Blackstone owns more homes in the U.S. than anyone else and is the largest landlord in several European countries, including Spain. Blackstone is betting that more people will rent in the future and is investing over $6 billion this year alone. It's as if they know the real estate market will continue to benefit landlords and that buying housing will become unaffordable for many. This may be why, while buying up thousands of properties, they're also using their influence to rid the market of affordable housing by opposing government plans to provide cheaper accommodation to the masses. Investment firms like Blackstone exist to make money, so it's not a stretch to think they may be contributing to the housing crisis to gain more market control. Now let's discuss how this could inevitably lead to a few companies owning the vast majority of homes, eventually forcing most or all of us to become renters. It appears to be quite obvious that some shady manipulations taking place in the housing market. Is anyone raising the alarm? The New York Times recently highlighted the extreme housing and affordability in its home city, where renting a one-bedroom apartment now costs $3,500 per month. What's their proposed solution to the crisis? To save money, they say we should just live with strangers. In other words, it appears that one of the world's most respected news organizations has only recently discovered the concept of housemates in 2022. They haven't mentioned the alleged market price manipulation by companies like Zillow. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, but it's worth noting that the New York Times accepts advertising money from investment banks like Goldman Sachs, and Goldman Sachs makes a significant profit lending money to companies like Zillow, as well as being heavily invested in profiting from the real estate market itself. The New York Times is also owned in part by investment firms such as BlackRock and Vanguard, both of which are heavily invested in the real estate market. Nobody can say for certain that there's a link between the news outlets and the companies that may be manipulating the housing market, but it's always interesting to speculate on a possible link. One thing, though, is for certain, people are desperate for real solutions to the housing crisis. Fortunately, many of the solutions being proposed do not focus on making real estate more affordable, but rather on making people renters for life. WeWork, for example, has launched WeLive, a co-living concept designed to help people share living resources where you pay a monthly subscription or rent a place to live. Each renter has its own bedroom, but the majority of the other living amenities are shared, such as kitchens, bathrooms, and even living spaces. However, despite not having everything to yourself, prices aren't significantly lower than standard rent, with one of WeLive's New York studios costing around $2,800 per month, and the company's conducting regular testing to see what people are willing to pay. Sites such as Co-Living describe this as a better way to live, while companies such as Nuovo believe subscription-based rental services will become much more popular. And home affordability isn't just a Western issue, it's happening everywhere. We don't really know what's going on, but it appears that big business is contributing to the housing market crisis and then selling us a solution that may keep us dependent on them for a long time, if not forever, by essentially installing themselves as the landlords of the earth. Is there anything we can actually do about this? If you don't like the idea of your right to own a home fading into oblivion, perhaps it's time to stop investing with banks that seem hell-bent on centralizing as much control of the real estate market as possible. Stop buying houses from institutional investors who are likely driving up the cost of real estate for everyone. Stop using sites like Zillow if you're concerned they'll use their power to manipulate the market. Sure, these corporations have far more power than any of us, but their power is derived from us, from our money flowing to them, and we all have the ability to stop that flow by voting with our wallets. So while the housing market situation appears to be dire, and institutional investors appear to wield enormous power over the real estate market, keep in mind that they are powerless without us. So for now, we're at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you smash that subscribe button and press the bell icon while you're at it so you never miss out on any updates. If you have any questions or comments for us, make sure you leave it in the comment box down below, and make sure you check out our YouTube channel where you'll find more really cool stuff. Hey everybody, have a great day, and thanks for watching.